What is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another reaction video. And here we got for you guys today, man. We got Kratos versus Asura. God of War versus Asura's Wrath Death Battle. Now, I already got my pick. I got my boy Kratos. There's reasons why, but um, for the simple fact is, he took on every god, every Greek god. And not only that, but went to the North mythology and whooped every. Well, not he didn't whoop everybody there, but he whooped a good majority of them there. Like Balder, Odin, Thor. Oh, bro, those are as good as you get. Thor's sons, like the disrespect goes a long stretch. It's a long line of disrespect. Asura did some crazy things. I'm not gonna lie, but Kratos is unmatched. So I, I just don't. I don't know what Asura is just gonna bring to the table. Like I said, Kratos is just nasty with it. He's nasty. He's just unmatched. But yeah, man. Let's get into this video because it's kind of long.
Kratos versus Asura.
The Ghost of Sparta versus the Wrathful Destructor. Cause sometimes you just wanna punch a god in the face. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Let's go.
In the beginning, the Primordials waged war across existence, a series of cosmic clashes that birthed the universe.
Boom! Now that's what I call a big bang.
From Ceto's death, the oceans would flow. From Uranus's strikes, the stars were spawned, and so forth. Thus, the world itself was born from violence.
Starting the whole messy cycle, Uranus was overthrown by his Titan son, Kronos, who was overthrown by his Olympian son, Zeus, who battled his own son, Kratos.
As a classic bastard child of Zeus, Kratos was left among Spartan mortals, far exceeding all among him. He became a fierce warrior, winning many a battle, until finally cornered by ruthless barbarians.
Ares, destroy these guys who are kicking my ass, and my life is yours. A deal was made, and Kratos was joined at the bone with the Blades of Chaos, a set of chain swords and basically a badass whirlwind of flame and steel.
But Ares had a scheme. While doing work for his god, Kratos accidentally murdered his own family, permanently marked by the ashes of his wife and daughter. He was, forevermore, the Ghost of Sparta.
So he was kinda understandably really pissed off. Time for a new god of war. The gods were crapping their togas in fear as the new god of war took out his rage on all of them. And got some new gear out of it too.
With Poseidon's trident and Icarus's wings, Kratos dominated both sea and sky. He also has a tendency to carry powerful severed heads, like Medusa's.
And the claws of Hades could steal souls, even the soul of Hades himself. Should have thought that one through, man.
Neither Perseus or Hercules were a match for Kratos, nor was Helios, the sun god capable of moving stars and spreading light across the entire underworld.
He fought Atlas, the Titan of Strength, who broke the load-bearing pillar of the universe. So Kratos forced him to hold up the cosmos on his own instead.
And he could do it with just one hand, according to the novelization.
Even his grandpappy Kronos failed to stop him. You know, the guy who overthrew the primordial that punched the universe into existence?
Causing shockwaves that moved over a quadrillion times faster than light, a frankly incomprehensible feat.
Then there's Daddy Zeus,
who proved a serious challenge.
And you guys also got to remember, Kratos is only a demigod, and he's still doing all of this single-handedly. Just keep that in mind. You just this ain't no typical was born a god, already used to these powers, developed since he was a young age. No, like they just said, he made a deal with a god that cost him his soul. and he's already this nasty. And he killed Ares, the guy that even gave him these abilities.
Until Kratos drew perhaps his ultimate weapon, the Blade of Olympus.
It can make tornadoes, lightning, force fields. Oh, and it can stab the hell out of you. It siphons godly energy and can pull enough to even kill Zeus. Like father, like son.
Even while Kratos ultimately released hope across the Greek world, he could only do so after annihilating everything.
Like a badass, he was unstoppable, non-stop killing and sex and even more killing. And yet, he couldn't be any more depressed.
His wife and daughter were still gone. What was he to do?
He didn't know. He wandered aimlessly for years, somehow stumbling into Norse mythology where he met Faye, his second wife. Good start, buddy.
Kratos had a new lease on life, but he could not escape his past mistakes.
There's a reason he hid his swords in a dingy basement. Even so, Faye insisted he could do better. So he became a dad to a new boy.
Easily the toughest task he ever undertook, especially after Faye unfortunately died of a mysterious illness.
Damn it, not again! But hey, it wasn't Kratos' fault this time, and Faye left the tools he'd need to keep the boy safe, including the Leviathan Axe.
Far from the whirling rage of the Blades of Chaos, the Leviathan Axe was deliberate and mighty, said to rival Mjolnir itself.
Thor wishes Mjolnir was as cool as this axe. It's imbued with ice magic and a poison even the gods fear. It can be summoned to Kratos' hand from a distance, and it even shatters souls.
Kratos may have once been a sword of vengeance, but with his new weapons and a new purpose, he stood as a shield against the godly Asir.
Too bad he just can't help but get in trouble with gods. But now he knew how to control his anger.
Which is even more important than it sounds. Kratos' Spartan rage summons an inner strength with magical properties.
He can even get so pissed off that he straight up heals himself. That seems like the opposite of what should happen.
Not all anger is problematic, and Kratos wields plenty of new weapons and relics to channel his rage through.
Like the Dropnir Ring, which can summon a bunch of wind spears. They can absorb all types of energy and blast it back. He even has relics and magic that can warp space and slow down time.
Naturally, he contested with the strongest of the Norse gods, including the god of thunder Thor, who was powerful enough to fight the fire giant Surtur and the world serpent Jormungandr at the same time.
Oh, and that fire giant would be the cause of actual Ragnarok. You can't defeat me, Thor. I know, but he can.
Well, not exactly. Freyr, the rain god, held off Ragnarok for a considerable time on his own, and the sheer power of Ragnarok shook Yggdrasil down to its very roots.
That's the World Tree, which is like a literal tree that connects the whole universe.
According to Freya, the tree's very existence supports all of creation among its boughs. Every strand transcending time, transcending space. Everything comes back to the tree.
So it's kind of like Kratos lives in a really, really, really big treehouse.
In his quest to free the Norse world, Kratos reclaimed old weapons by reckoning with his past sins, even taking up the Blade of Olympus once again.
Even better, he actually got to be a decent dad. And now the boy is a man and also a bear.
Kratos made a lifetime of mistakes, but this future would be different. He'd be more than he was in the past, not just a god of war, but a leader, a father, and a defender. A god of hope.
I like that. I like that.
This battle is sponsored by Robin Hood Gold.
With
Let's go.
long ago, a demigod fell from the heavens, only to rise from the depths of Naraka after 12,000 years.
After 12,000 years, he's free to punch everything dumb enough to get in his way. He was the demigod of wrath, Asura.
Alongside 7 other demigod generals, Asura served as defender of humanity against the impure Goma, dark spirit monsters infesting the world.
And the demigods...
Wait, put him in Marvel vs. Capcom. I mean, I guess he'd be a good fit, but I don't know. I could see why they say that, but then again, I don't know.
battled the Goma by wielding a mystic energy formed from human prayer, mantra.
By advancing technology with mantra, the Guardian...
Because the only reason why I'm saying that is because I've never played the first Marvel vs. Capcom. I only played the second and the third. So I don't know if he's already in Marvel vs. Capcom already. But if he's not, I don't know if putting him in there, I don't know how that would look.
Generals became essentially hyper-powerful mystic cyborgs. They could each harness mantra through a different emotional affinity. For August, it was greed. For Yasha, it was melancholy.
I'll give you one chance to guess what Asura's is.
By tapping into his wrath, Asura can take many forms for battle, like the six-armed Vajra, a state powerful enough to subdue the embodiment of the planet's will and the source of the Goma, Vlitra.
But he wasn't angry enough to put Goma Vlitra down for good. At least not yet. Of course, since he's literally powered by wrath, no enemy of Asura's would be stupid enough to do something that would make him even more mad, right? Right?
Funny you should say that.
God damn it.
First off, Asura is not some one-dimensional anger machine. In myth, the Asuras were powerful and aggressive beings, sure, but not inherently evil, just like Asura himself. He's a warrior, but also a husband with a daughter, Mithra.
And Mithra has the unique power to supercharge mantra energy,
which gave Asura's prideful commander, Deus, an idea. If he could weaponize Mithra, literally wiring her up to a super weapon, the Guardian Generals could maybe finally end Goma Vlitra for good.
Well, obviously Asura wasn't gonna go along with that. So Deus framed Asura for killing the Emperor, murdered his wife, kidnapped Mithra, and then just straight up killed him. What a dick.
But true to his nature, Asura was literally too angry to die. So long as a single part of his body remains and can possess mantra, he can climb back out of Naraka, a sort of limbo underworld between life and death. Thanks to some coaxing from a strange golden spider, he did just that, with an all-new purpose in mind.
Make the gods pay! Oh yeah, they're calling themselves gods now. Turns out they're all assholes who started sacrificing thousands of innocent people to try to power up. So Asura got really pissed off.
And through his rage, Asura's power exploded, rising enough to throw giants like ragdolls, shatter whole moons, and destroy a fellow deity, Wyzen,
who could dwarf the planet and wreck it with just a finger. Look at this!
Asura is
this
so
game was
powerful,
fire.
His soul cannot be manipulated.
This game was fire. Like this game was fire, bro. They low key. Is this remastered? Because they need to remaster this. This game was fire. Like I wouldn't mind a part 2 to this. Like the way they did this was ahead of its time for sure.
Manipulated by the Goma or the deities. He can propel himself with mantra to fly, harden his fists to break steel, fire explosive energy blasts,
and headbutt you so hard you wish you could die even faster. The dude literally stockpiles anger into a burst of energy that can one-shot even the toughest of foes. And when he goes unlimited mode, he can rapid-fire those super attacks without overheating.
Asura's vengeance quest wasn't all shouting and explosions, though. I mean, it was a lot of that, but he also tried to protect people from the gods, including a girl who very much reminded him of his own daughter.
Yeah, Asura's the kind of guy who wants to be a great dad, but all he knows how to do is punch anything that upsets his kid, like that one dad that knocks out a ref at a Little League game.
And then the gods killed that girl too, along with her whole village, sparking Asura to unleash his berserker aura.
You know how the guys were sacrificing thousands of people to power up? Well, Asura got so freaking angry, he built up enough mantra to match them, even though they've been building up energy for thousands of years. Seriously, guys, you're pissing off the guy who literally gets more powerful the angrier he gets. What did you think was gonna happen?
Yeah,
sounds
even
familiar,
in
huh?
Berserker mode, Asura never lost total control.
Berserker Asura adds even more extra arms, and they're big and glowy now. The man can launch so much angry mantra he wiped out the god's whole space fleet in seconds.
Asura's anger raised to levels so high even he couldn't contain it, scorching him into his wrath form.
Even though it hurts
I
Asura
remember
while
this.
he's in it, this form is still perfect for absolutely shit-stomping a snobby demigod's face in. It's okay though, his brother-in-law punched the edge out of him.
Yasha saw the error of the deity's senseless sacrifices and teamed up with Asura for a coup against Deus.
Awesome! them. They're bros again. Just in time for Asura to hit his former boss with so much mantra that he burst. Then dive into the planet's core to obtain power equal to 1,000 arms. His mantra form. Finally, a power capable of killing Vlitra in a big planet-busting blast.
Deus was defeated and Gaia was saved. Yet, Asura's wrath hadn't been quelled.
Title drop.
It turns out that spider that guided him was actually Chakravartin, the creator of Mantra and the entire universe.
And everyone's suffering was part of his plan to make Asura his heir. Chakra kidnapped Mithra, because of course he did, and tested Asura in the form of a massive golden Buddha statue. Check out the size of it! That thing can literally hold a galaxy in its palm. Naturally, Asura and the statue threw hands.
Enter the Mantra reactor. Capable of holding 7 trillion souls, Asura instead used it as a vessel for a far greater power.
His own unfiltered rage. At last, Asura could show the world his real colors.
Everyone from the humans to the 7 deities to Chakravartin saw Asura's anger as a weapon, a sword for tyranny, when that was never who he was. His rage was really a shield to protect humanity, and most of all, his daughter.
A shield larger than a planet! Unbound by his past limits, Asura's ultimate destructor form effortlessly punched through asteroids larger than nebulas, dodged planet-sized lasers moving 2 quadrillion times faster than light, and obliterated whole stars!
Chakravartin was, understandably, impressed and offered Asura a chance to take his place. Asura smiled at the offer and extended his arm.
Right into Chakra's face, as if he was gonna let some god trample over more worlds. Instead, he literally beat the QTEs out of God,
He beat the
obliterating him
QTEs.
and his plans in a cosmic explosion.
But with Chakravartin dead, so was the concept of Mantra itself. Those who depended on it could not survive, including
him.
Asura.
Yeah.
Hey, as long as Mithra was fine, it was worth it. Besides, he'll reincarnate millions of years later, still kicking ass, ready to smack a random thug, a meteor, or Ryu. Right in the balls.
It's interesting. Despite the dangers of uncontrolled
I
anger,
forgot about
Asura's
that.
wrath
Wow.
gave him the power to save everything. All because
I forgot he fought Ryu. I completely forgot. He did do that in the same game. He was able to fight Ryu. That was epic.
because of just one thing.
Some bastard made his daughter cry, so they had to pay. Now that's a god I can get behind.
Facts.
This battle is sponsored by Prize Pick.
Hey.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a dad battle!
Who y'all got? Who y'all got? Got Kratos. I got Kratos. Let's go. My boy Kratos. The God of War. Not him pulling up like Thor. Hold on.
It's true then. The god of war is on Gaia. But not for long. You do not want this fight. Run!
Good block. Ooh. Just like the boulder fight. He already transformed. Come on, man. Come on. You can't go out like this.
Consume you. I have been down that road before. Shut up! Very well.
Bro, look how elegant he's moving with the spear, bro. He's moving different. He was like, I've been down that road before. I know how to approach this now. He's moving a little bit different. He still got that aggressiveness to him, but he's moving a little bit eloquently. Like, this is like the best you've seen Kratos, like with his newfound skill and power, just how he's controlling the whole fight, like the narrative. Like, man, this is such a good fight. Even if he loses, like, just the way he was fighting is just already a win in my book. Cut that out. Yep. No arms. Oh, it might be over. Hold on. If he transforms again, it might be over. I don't know. We gotta see though. Come on, Kratos, you got this. You got this, my boy. Come on. Wow. No, you're not like that, Kratos. Kratos, hey, you not like that. Hold on. You ain't like that. You not like that. Kratos.
Death has not earned me yet, Titan.
Kratos! No! The spear? In the heart?
But you deserve a worthy end!
Kratos, you're like that! No! What's that blade called again? What, the blade of Olympus? Yeah, I think that's what it was called. Oh, I should have expected that he would pull that out. Wow, not the blade of Olympus. Wow. No. Well, Kratos is like that. Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah, Kratos is like that.
You are a monster no longer. I never was.
Mmm. Great fight, man. Great fight.
Asura's wrath
Yeah.
really is gone.
Great fight.
Sure, this is how it'd go? Even though Asura can blow up stars?
Asura had some
Yeah.
amazing displays of apocalyptic destruction.
He did.
But the
He
full
did.
scope of their speed, experience, versatility, and power sheds a surprising light.
At
Yep.
first glance, speed seems like a shoo-in for Asura. Kratos is quick, but he never dodged a universe-crossing laser.
That doesn't mean he couldn't. Remember, as usual, we look at these characters at their peak, free from gameplay restrictions.
Yeah, we're looking at everything in canon, and Kratos fought and killed Helios, the sun god.
From the moment he's introduced, Helios is emphasized to be immensely powerful. Without Helios, darkness would shroud everything. His light was fast enough to illuminate the entire underworld while Kratos sailed through it, taking a few hours at most.
So, kinda hard to quantify, but that's consistent with the shockwaves the primordials caused that spawned the universe.
Arguments could be made for which is faster, the primordial shockwaves or Chakravartin's intergalactic lasers. Since it's so close, it's safest to assume their speeds are generally even.
But what does speed matter if you don't know how to use it? Let's cover experience. Asura lived across centuries, obviously a lot longer than Kratos.
And while Kratos eventually learned to control his rage, Asura pretty much always had that control.
So Asura easily takes experience. But when it comes to versatility, he couldn't match all the weapons and abilities Kratos had.
Sure, Asura's quite skilled and a monster at martial arts, but his fighting style mostly relies on one thing.
A whole lot of punching.
Kratos' weapons, magic, runes, relics, and even his rage gave him far more options in combat, slowing down time, healing injuries, and most importantly, multiple weapons that could drain a variety of energies, like mantra.
Yeah, when Asura loses all his mantra energy, that's it for him. So the Dropnir spears and the Blade of Olympus gave Kratos exactly what he needed: versatility, and multiple ways to finish this for good before Asura just comes crawling back out of the underworld.
If he could, Asura's resurrections take years or whole centuries, days at best.
But all this assumes Kratos could match Asura's crazy strength. All roads lead to power, which should go to Asura, right? Look at what he can do! If this came down to who made the bigger kaboom, he'd kick Kratos' ass in 2 seconds.
But a closer examination of their feats reveals the truth.
At his peak, Asura overpowered Chakravartin, annihilating that cosmic golden god.
By measuring the dimensions of Chakravartin's body and scaling it up to match the size of this galaxy-eclipsing statue, we can determine its volume. Add in the density of gold, for good measure assuming the form is solid throughout, and its mass far exceeds not just our galaxy, but our entire observable universe.
Destroying that big golden god would need energy on par with obliterating our universe 91,000 times.
Extremely impressive and unfathomable. However, the same idea applies to Ragnarok shaking the roots of Yggdrasil.
Ragnarok is obviously a bit of a different beast than Kratos, but what really matters is what Freyr did.
Right, Freyr, a god comparable to Kratos, held back Ragnarok's power for a significant time.
So Kratos should be capable of the same level of power, or even more.
Using an official map and knowing the world tree's branches encompass all of existence, we can measure its size and volume.
And we know this map is accurate because it shows these two realms conjoined, which we see in-game.
Even if we assume the Tree of the Realms is only 1% solid, a significant lowball that Kratos should easily scale above, shaking such an incomprehensibly large structure would require enough force to destroy our universe's mass energy 9 million times over.
That's almost 100 times greater than Chakravartin's destruction. And this isn't some one-off outlier. I mean, a realm-shattering supergiant doesn't sound too different from the other Titans and Olympians Kratos defeated.
That's the thing, isn't it? It's easy to think that we never see Kratos do anything that matches Asura, but we do. Helios' speed matches Chakravartin, and Kratos outsped him. Atlas is strong enough to lift all of reality, and Kratos overpowered him. Kronos defeated the creator of the universe in a one-on-one fight, same as Asura, and Kratos killed Kronos. Add in the clear numerical comparison of Chakravartin, Ragnarok, and Yggdrasil, and Kratos takes the edge in power.
But hey, Capcom, if you give us Asura's Wrath too, we'll try this again.
That'd be pretty awesome.
Asura's The Sun
Yeah, facts.
Rises. The god of wrath was Kratos.
The winner is Kratos.
But what if?
Huh? Whoa. no. What is going on? He's dead. Yeah. That's his daughter.
And that concludes my pitch for Asura's Wrath 2. The end. Next time on Death Battle.
What we got next time? What we got next time? Oh, Ghost Rider vs. Spawn. Okay.
Subscribe and join as a member to see more Death Battle. Thanks for watching.
Listen, man. Like I said, I had my boy Kratos. Asura was a good opponent, but I didn't really see anything that gave him the edge against Kratos. And I know Kratos way more than I know Asura or Asura, however you want to say it. Because I followed Kratos' journey for years, so I knew that he was gonna be able to defeat him, just off of the enemies that Kratos has defeated. No, like they said about Kronos, defeated the creator of the universe, like the grandfather to Kratos. Like, bro, man, Kratos defeated Zeus. Like, it's so many things that he did, and then what he did after God of War 3, when he put up to the Norse mythology and whooped them. Like, he went over to Odin and obliterated my man. It took his soul. Kratos' son took his soul. Like, bro, Kratos was a savage. Still is, if you push him that far. He just used it more smart. He's just more smart with it. He's more elegant, you know? But yeah, guys. If you guys like this reaction, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys want to see next in the comments down below. Go to my Patreon where all my blog videos will be at. The videos that I cannot post to YouTube. If you want to further support, go to my PayPal. It'll be linked in the description down below as well. I love and appreciate every single one of you guys, and I hope you guys are here to stay. But with that being said, you guys should already know this by now, man. I'm out of here, guys.